Hi, I'm B News producer Sydney Bowles, and this is another episode of our monthly check-in with Superintendent Eric Conti, where we talk about all things schools and all things right now. So, Eric, thank you so much for being here.
Sydney, my pleasure.
It's like the end of the year.
Quickly approaching, yes.
Quickly approaching. Graduation was Sunday. Other students and other schools are finishing up their projects, working on big end of the year stuff. What's the feeling for you as another year comes to a close?
I think sometimes the days go slowly, but the years go quickly, if I can think about it that way. So I'm amazed that it happened. So main graduation was on Sunday. The weather cooperated. It was a great class, a great day. High school always does a very good job organizing and coordinating that. And then last night we had the Simon Youth Academy, the Evening Academy, and the new Day Academy graduation as well, which is also really moving and supporting to recognize that group of graduates as well. So very proud of all of our graduates and just wish them the best of luck. So
I actually wanted to ask you about that. This is the first full year of some new expanded programming for non-traditional students. I think the term is SLIFE, students with limited and interrupted education, is that right?
Yes.
How's it gone?
I think it's gone remarkably well. I think it's helped us meet more of the student needs that we currently have in our population, and I think it's credit goes to obviously the students who are working hard, but also to Jill Graham, who is our Director of Alternative Programming, Katie Sullivan, and again the rest of the staff who are there. Oscar, I'm blanking on Oscar's last name, but they all have done an incredible job. And never mind the Evening Academy teachers who have been doing that for quite a while. They all work full time during the day and then come in the evening and teach too. So a lot of effort that goes into it, and again, really proud of the results.
Are there learnings? Are there things that you sort of worked through or came across in this first year that you want to iterate on next time around?
I'm sure there are. We'll meet just to see. We want to get feedback from the students, but I think it's just the opportunity to be more flexible and to work with students who really have adult lives outside of school and require some non-traditional opportunities to be successful. So I think the lesson is that not everyone can thrive in the same environment, and we need to make sure that we're trying to provide as many opportunities as we can.
So to return to, or to re-include the main graduates, the traditional students, what is your message? If you could, address them all as a cohort, what are your words of wisdom?
Well, what I tried to say at graduation is look at this group as a high school, sort of as a 4-year high school whole, and we really started in the midst of the pandemic. And I think what I found really impressive about them, and I tried to mention that on Sunday, was they really crammed 4 years of high school into 2 years and got everything out of it, accomplished incredible things, really took care of each other as a class, and they did it in under sort of very difficult circumstances. So I hope that they take that opportunity or that experience with them into whatever their future holds.
Yeah, if nothing, it's a lesson in adaptation, right? And going with the flow.
Resilience and everything.
Yeah, they really had to figure out how to be grown-ups under unusual circumstances.
Yeah. So proud of them.
I want to talk about town meeting a little bit. This happened a couple weeks ago. Last time we had you on was before town meeting, and I foisted upon you a rundown of all of your capital projects, in addition to the school budget, to discuss all what all these different items were. And basically, the Cliff Notes is you got them all. Town meeting, approved all these spends. The budget was approved. What was your reaction, your takeaway from town meeting this month?
I think what the lessons I've learned, it's about preparation. So I think sometimes what's not seen is all the work that happens ahead of time, all the meeting, all the support and input we get from Ways and Means and from capital budget and from our meetings with the town's finance team. And so we're not just blindly asking for things. There's usually a purpose and a lot of discussion behind things, and I think that that's really important. And I think clearly when we haven't had enough discussion, you get more questions, and sort of that's I think the incentive is to really try to get out as much information as you can ahead of time, because town meeting members take that role very seriously. I think they want to learn about things, they want to look at things, and again, it's our obligation, our responsibility to get them the information they need to make the decisions they need to make.
There were a lot of action items, I can imagine, for you coming out of that kind of a meeting, right? There's, so many projects where you're like, okay, now we got the green light, let's go. So how do you, what's the immediate next steps for you coming out of that?
Sometimes we leave there and we say, oh, we were successful, and then we look at each other and say, were we really successful? Like, wish we had fewer things to focus on. Bob Cuna, who's Director of Operations, really does a remarkable job organizing all the projects. And remember, we also have projects that were approved last May that are just getting to the implementation stage this summer. We have a very narrow window to do some of these projects to the buildings when the students aren't there. So we really have 8 to 10 weeks to knock it out, and again, requires a lot of pre-planning. And we try to get everything done that we can ahead of the funding, and then once the funding becomes available July 1st, we want to make sure contractors are lined up, materials are lined up, and we can move forward as quickly as we can. So again, Bob and his staff, maintenance staff, do a great job with that.
And then one of the items to come out of town meeting was a curriculum review, and that was intended to be implemented over the summer. Will that be next summer where that kind of happens?
No, we're going to start this summer. It's really over 3 years. So again, Dr. Chen, new assistant superintendent, came in and has really spent a lot of time this year looking at what we do. And I think she's done a great job of that. And she's met a lot, talked to a lot of teachers, brought some folks in. And we really need to start looking at our curriculum as a whole. And it's great to have someone with an outside perspective, because I think sometimes you get into a routine and you might see some of the same things. We all have blind spots. And she's really come in and exposed some, certainly, of my blind spots, and has really taken on looking at our curriculum from a pre-kindergarten to a 12th grade sort of experience, and I'm excited about the work that's going to be coming. And again, I want to thank town meeting for their support of that. A bit of a non-traditional capital warrant. Everyone thinks about it as roofs and roads and sidewalks and stuff, but curriculum work is critical for all that we do. So really appreciate their support.
We were actually just talking about this before the cameras went on. We're coming up on Dr. Lisa Chen's 1-year anniversary as assistant superintendent. How's it been going?
Again, I'd say great from my perspective, and I think she's crammed in 2 or 3 years worth of work in her 1 year, so it's been remarkably productive, and I think she's enjoying the work. So welcome again, I encourage you to have that conversation with her, but again, I think she's been an outstanding addition to a very talented central office.
Fantastic. Well, Dr. Eric Conti, we typically wrap these up for the summer, so I'm not sure if I'll see you again until the fall, but as always, I really appreciate you taking a couple minutes. I know there's no chill time of year for you, so as always, thank you very much. And
again, Cindy, and I know I'm going to insert myself. I apologize. We have a lacrosse game this afternoon at 5:30. We all of our spring teams made the tournament. We have, I think, both of our lacrosse teams and one of our boys tennis team and track athletes still competing. So great, successful spring season. We have a public update on the Fox Hill project next Wednesday, which is June 12th at 7 p.m. It is a virtual experience for everyone. We're going to be advertising it, but love for people to participate and listen, and a lot of effort and energy is going into replacing the Fox Hill School with an updated, more modern facility that will last another 50, 60, 70 years. So we're excited about that, but that's a big community investment that we want to make sure people get as much information as they can. And really do appreciate your time. It's great to have these opportunities to talk about all that's going on. We're very proud, again, of everything that our educators, our students are accomplishing.
Awesome. Good reminders. Thank you for adding that in. Once again, Dr. Eric Conti, thank you very much. I'm Sydney Bowles. This is your Superintendent Update. Thanks for watching.